Hello, 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 beautiful people. Welcome to Good Morning with me, Misti B. Guys, today we are going to have a serious conversation. And as always, I have questions for you all. So here's my first question. When you are driving around your community, do you like what you see? Think about it. If you do, great job. Now, for those of you who do not like what you see when you're driving around your community, what are you doing to change that? You know, a lot of times we complain, but how can we complain if we're not doing our own part? You know, there's a saying, each one teach one. What about each one help one? Because when you help me, I get to help someone else. Today's guest, okay, he is originally from Jersey. He's been in Fort Bend County for 34 years, and he's not just talking about it, he's being about it. So stay tuned. I want you guys to meet Mr. Oscar Telfair. He is an attorney here, and he's doing more than just practicing the law. He is giving back to the community. Stay tuned. I'll be right back with Mr. Oscar Telfair. See you in just a second.
Confidence comes standard with a certified pre-owned Cadillac from Ron Carter Cadillac, your only Houston area Cadillac to your door dealer. Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on Houston's largest certified pre-owned Cadillac inventory, with the assurance of a 172-point inspection, meticulous reconditioning by master Cadillac technicians, and a total 5-year limited warranty with unlimited miles.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Today in the studio, I have a very different guest. His name is attorney Oscar Telfair. Oscar, thank you for joining me.
Good morning.
Now, I have a question for you. I got to start guns blazing, okay? It's a neighborhood called Telfair in the Fort Bend community, right?
It is.
Is that neighborhood named after you?
It's not mine. It's not mine. But there's also a funny story. Every time I go in the courtroom, there's a judge that asks me, "Is that your neighborhood?" I said, "Judge, that depends on how you're going to rule today."
I know, right? You should say yes sometimes. It make it work for you. Now, let's talk about you. So I'm looking at your bio here. You have done a little bit of everything. You're originally from Jersey, correct?
Yes.
And
yes.
you've been in Fort Bend for 34 years.
34 years.
What brought you, how did you find Fort Bend County from Jersey?
Well, actually, I transferred down from Ohio. I was working with an oil company, and they said they were going to transfer me to Houston. So when I, looking for houses and place to raise my family, and Fort Bend, such a diverse community, the schools were good, and just good people. So I settled in Fort Bend.
And what year was this? This was
in 1987.
Oh, wow. Okay. And you fell in love with Fort Bend and came, and you've been passionate ever since.
Ever since.
All right, let's talk about that. So you do a lot in Fort Bend County. Now, for those of us who may not know, can you tell me what encompasses Fort Bend?
Fort Bend is, like I said, one of the most diverse counties in the U.S., okay? There's about close to 900,000 people that live in Fort Bend. And it stretches as far as Katy, down 59, also south towards Kimmelton. Far east is Pearland. And
far east is Pearland, so that's not Brazoria.
Part of Pearland is Fort Bend, yes. So.
Okay. And then,
Missouri
so what is your
City.
involvement with the city, with the county?
Well,
rather?
I've been involved in the community over the last year, and even before that, community food banks, helping during COVID, COVID testing, COVID vaccination sites, just giving back to the community.
Okay.
So
Very passionate about that.
Very passionate
So
about
where does
that.
this passion come from? Tell me. Like, did you come down here in 1987, guns blazing, ready to go?
I was raised by my grandparents,
Okay.
and they were service-oriented people, and a lot of moral values and Christian values, and just, you know, the Bible says, you know, we should be of service to others, be servants. And my fraternity, one of our tenets is servants of all, you know, and so.
Let me guess. Alpha Phi Alpha?
You hit it right on the head.
I can just feel the energy. So what is your current community service role in Fort Bend?
Well, like I said, I've been involved in a lot of food banks, food pantries. Yesterday I was out serving the seniors at a senior residence in Missouri City, the Huntington at Siena. Been involved in COVID testing sites. I'm on the board of Fort Bend Family Promise.
I love that.
This place, they serve the working homeless. These people go to work every day, however they find themselves in a predicament such that they don't have home housing. And this place, Fort Bend Family Promise, it excites me because the people, they go to work, but then they're housed at churches in the evening. And then at the center, we have two centers, one in Rosenberg and one in Missouri City. And so there's a place for families. Each of them have their own little area to live in during the day, and then in the evening they go to churches. Because of the pandemic, we've had to house them in hotels, and hotels have been gracious to allow the families to stay there. So.
Wow, now that really touches my heart. I have to tell you, I have a very soft place in my heart for homeless.
Yes.
When I was 7 years old, that's when I very first started feeding homeless. My mom, it was maybe like 7 or 8 of her friends, and after church, we take a table and go get some Williams chicken in Dallas, downtown Dallas. And I was only responsible for the bread. But I think for me, it brought the awareness to see kids who were homeless. Because, you know, society has this thing that if you're homeless, it's because you want to be.
Right.
And if you work with the homeless, you know that that's not the case.
Right. And there are kids that our kids go to school every day. I mean, they're great kids. They're involved. You know, we have kids going to college, so it's just a predicament that they found themselves in.
And you said the numbers have definitely increased since COVID.
They have increased.
Wow.
They have increased.
Have they decreased in 2021? Have you seen it gone back down some, or
not as
yet?
much? Even at the food banks, I mean, the lines are still long. They're still long.
Wow.
People are coming in. They need help.
They do. And let's talk about something else you said that touched my heart. Feeding the seniors. I think people forget about that as well. Like, seniors need help, especially if they're seniors. Maybe they didn't have kids, or maybe their kids are in other states, or whatever the case may be. So now I want to know, because I'm being nosy, how can I get involved with the seniors?
Well, like I said, seniors, they're on a fixed income. So, you know, their income's limited. So they need help. They need assistance. So at this distribution, we provide, we do this with the American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce. And so we'll provide goods, you know, food stuff, snacks, water. I did, yesterday I provided the hand sanitizers, and at that place there are about 65 folks. So, you know, we go there once a month on the fourth Sunday in the afternoon to help out. So, and just to see their smiling faces, and they're so appreciative, you know.
They are. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say old people, but the elderly, they really enjoy, they enjoy you just coming by. They enjoy seeing young, fresh, someone that just lights up.
Exactly, because a lot of them, like you said, their children don't come around, and they just want someone to talk to.
They do.
And the conversation, I mean, they're so encouraging. You know?
And you can learn so much.
So much. Like I said, I was raised by my grandparents.
So I know you
My
love
mother
it.
passed away at an early age, and so I was raised by my grandparents. So I have a lot of those old-fashioned values. And so I found myself saying a lot of things my grandparents said, but I was
the things you said you would never say, and now you're
say.
saying them. I understand. So what does activism in Fort Bend County look like for someone, you know, who just may be a resident? What does that look like for them?
Well, there's a lot of opportunities. You have the NAACP. There's an organization called American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce, and you know, you can be involved in the political arena. So there's a lot of stuff to do. Churches, you know, community service, it's out there.
Any needs that you can think of right now? Like, what's an area in Fort Bend where they need more residents to come out and help?
I think in the area of helping folks that have found themselves in a predicament because of the COVID crisis. So just feed food banks, go out and help out at a food bank. Houston Food Bank, they're a great organization. So find out where they're serving, okay, in Fort Bend County, and go out and help. We need to. Fort Bend has been a county that, you know, our vaccination rate is one of the higher vaccination rates in the U.S. So but there's still more people that need to be vaccinated. So I'm going to work with an organization in the next coming weeks to have a vaccination site for COVID, because the Delta variant, it's rampant now. So we need to make sure everyone gets vaccinated.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk about this. Has the justice system, we're going to kind of advance for a second, in your opinion, because you're an attorney and you practice in Fort Bend County, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so from what you see with the justice system in Fort Bend, has it failed Fort Bend residents in any way?
Well, I'm running for judge at County Court of Law number 2. And I'm running because I want to make sure that justice looks like everyone. Like I said, Fort Bend is one of the most diverse counties. I want to make sure everyone's entitled to a fair trial. So my motto, and it's not just a motto on paper, it's something I want to live by: fair and impartial justice for all. Justice should not be based on one's race, ethnicity, nationality, gender, or economic status.
So tell me, what does it look like? Like, what does it look like? So what does Fort Bend look like, and what does this justice system need to look like?
It's changing.
Okay.
It's changing. We had some new judges come in 2018. We had a new DA who's doing a great job, Brian Middleton. He's employed some new programs, and at first some of the judges that were in there, they weren't using those programs. So the newer judges are using those programs. I want to make sure when I'm elected to the bench that if there's an opportunity for a second chance, we're justified. Those programs need to be used. Mental health programs, there's pre-trial diversion programs. Everyone doesn't deserve to go to jail. But justice should be served. The rule of law should be applied. However, I want to make sure when there's an opportunity for those programs to be employed that we use them.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, but we're going to come back because I want to dive into the demographics of Fort Bend, okay?
Will do.
All right, guys, we are going to be right back right after this break.
Confidence comes standard with a certified pre-owned Cadillac from Ron Carter Cadillac, your only Houston area Cadillac to your door dealer. Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on Houston's largest certified pre-owned Cadillac inventory, with the assurance of a 172-point inspection, meticulous reconditioning by master Cadillac technicians, and a total 5-year limited warranty with unlimited miles.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I am still here with Oscar Telfair. No, the community in Fort Bend County is not named after him, but he has given us some tips. And let's pick back up, Oscar, really quickly on these programs. So what programs were you mentioning? Let's dive deeper into that so that the community knows.
Okay. Fort Bend Family Promise. It's a homeless initiative for the working homeless. Of course, there's the NAACP out there that's helping. There's American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce.
Oh no, I mean the programs that you guys have been implementing.
Oh, okay.
Those programs,
okay.
Yes.
You mean the court system?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
There's a pretrial diversion program. There's a drug court. There's mental health programs. All those programs, they need to be utilized in the justice system.
That's a big one, the mental health program,
Yes.
because we want to just throw everyone away without realizing that some people really have mental health issues.
Exactly.
And sometimes we need more than prayer to help those issues. We need some
Exactly.
real help. Okay, so let's dive into the demographics. So the demographics of Fort Bend County, because you were saying that the justice system should look like the county. Let's go into demographics. How many men versus women? Let's go into ethnicity. Talk to me.
It's a melting pot.
Okay.
I mean, you have every nationality you can imagine in Fort Bend County. There's African Americans, there's Indian Americans, there's Hispanics, there's Asians, there's Caucasians. I mean, it's a melting pot.
So what does it currently look like in Fort Bend as far as in the court system?
Well, currently we have a diverse judicial system.
Okay,
right now.
so that's good.
And that's changed in the last 4 years, okay? We have African Americans. We have the first ever Indian American,
Awesome.
South Asian American on the court, Judge Julie Matthew. So she's a first. And that's in
and it's a she. That's even better. Okay.
And that's in the United States.
Wow.
We have African American females on the court. We have Caucasian Americans on the court. We have black men on the court. So it's a, like I say, it's diverse now.
It's diverse. Okay, I love that. Now, something I read about you was you created an annual conference called Molding Great Minds.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. Sounds like some mentorship going on.
I'm excited about that.
Okay, tell me.
For years at our church, we had there was a women's conference for years, and we need to do this. We need to do something. So my pastor gave me the opportunity. We had a men's weekend, a men's day, and I said I have some ideas. And so the thought came to me, molding great minds. And we have in the morning, it's spiritually based, spiritually grounding your mind. And then we'll have workshops. We'll have 10 workshops for the men, and we have 4 workshops for the young men between 12 and 18. Now, what I like for our youth is that we started this in 2017. No youth between the age of 12 and 18 has ever paid an entry fee for this conference. So they'll get their workshops, and we'll bring in folks, not just from our church, we'll bring in folks from the county, from the city, and then we have a national speaker that comes in. We've had Jeff Johnson from MSNBC last year, well, we didn't have it last year because of COVID, but our last speaker was George Foreman.
Oh, really?
And excited.
Where is this conference? No women are allowed, never mind.
We have it at our church, Brentwood Baptist Church.
Okay.
We started in 2017. We had about 300 men and boys. Our last conference in 2019, we had over 400 registered. So
I
we're
love
excited.
that. So it's growing.
It's growing. We're ready to get back to it in 2022. So we're
what
excited.
has the response been like between the teenagers, the 12 to 18? What have they said? Tell me the truth, Oscar.
They have been excited. I don't get a chance to sit in on the workshops because I'm moving around that day. But I go in and watch those young men engage with the instructors, and they're very engaging.
So what are they being taught? Like, so what are the instructors teaching them?
Choosing your mentors, okay? Growing, spiritually. So there's a number of topics that we have. So those topics come to us every year for our adult males. Minding your money, minding your health. We had folks that do physical training. They come in and talk about the spirituality and just taking care of your body. Okay, minding your finances, minding your retirement. So everything's around growing your mind, and our theme is let this mind be in you that was in Christ Jesus. So so we want to mold these great minds, and we want to catch these young men early.
I love that.
You got to catch them early because they get a mind of their own.
So let me ask you, I have a nephew whom I adore, and he is getting older. He is 13. So how would I pull him away from his Fortnite, his video games? How could I pitch this to him to make him excited about it? What's some things that I should say?
They got to know that there's a great big world out there.
Okay.
And they got to know that they have a future. It's like our kids have a fast food mentality. They want it right now. So you got to let them know.
The parents have a fast food mentality.
Exactly. And
go ahead.
Exactly. So they got to know that there's life after teenage, okay? And so let them know that they have to grow. And to grow, they have to experience different things. And so this conference gives them an opportunity to experience other young men that come in from, we get men from the county, all over the city. So, as a matter of fact, we've had some folks come in from out of state to for our conference.
And look at you being the event planner and an attorney.
That's my baby. Okay,
I understand that. I can tell you're passionate about it. Now, I love that. But we talked about the little boys. Let me just ask you. So the grown men, what's been the response for them?
It's been great. It's been great.
What have they said specifically?
They engage in the conferences. They in the workshops, and they give us ideas for. We ask them, what do you want next year? And so,
what have they said?
They said, well, we want this topic. We want you to bring this topic back. So we've had topics where we brought back. We've had doctors come in. We did minding your mental health last time. They said we need that, and so we brought in a mental health specialist last time, Dr. Ron Bailey. He came in and did that. He's out in California, assistant dean at one of the medical schools. We had Dr. Ron Coleman. He did something on prostate cancer. So we try to be as broad-based as possible.
I love that. Yeah. So I want to ask you a question. What is something that you want to see happen in Fort Bend County?
I keep going back to, I want to make sure that justice looks like everyone. This is something that I'm passionate about. I want to make sure that Fort Bend, what goes on in Fort Bend reflects what's in Fort Bend. I want everybody to have an opportunity that lives in Fort Bend. I want people to come in, when they come into Fort Bend, to see people that are getting along, that are working together, that are growing the county. So,
do you feel like you're not seeing that now?
I think it's out there. And I think it's getting better. So we're seeing
so you're seeing improvement.
I'm seeing a lot of improvement. Like I said, I've been in the county 30 years, and it's getting better.
Okay.
It's getting better.
All right. Well,
and I think that's a product of the representation that's out there now.
Okay, so the good thing is that you're on the track there. That the county is definitely going that direction.
Good people in certain positions down. So.
Thank you, Mr. Oscar Telfair, who does not own the community Telfair, for coming into the studio and talking. I appreciate you coming in.
I appreciate you allowing us to share our vision of fair and impartial justice for all, because justice should look like everyone. So.
Agreed. Guys, I am going to be right back right after this break.
Confidence comes standard with a certified pre-owned Cadillac from Ron Carter Cadillac, your only Houston area Cadillac to your door dealer. Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on Houston's largest certified pre-owned Cadillac inventory, with the assurance of a 172-point inspection, meticulous reconditioning by master Cadillac technicians, and a total 5-year limited warranty with unlimited miles.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I am so grateful to meet someone like attorney Oscar Telfair, simply because, guys, we have to give back. This world is more than just about us and the things that we desire. We have so many people that we could give an encouraging word to, or maybe even $1 to. You know, I love dreaming. That's just who I am. I will always be a dreamer. And here's a story I want to share with you guys. It was Christmas 2018. And I love to feed the homeless, like I mentioned during the segment. And guys, I think I waited to the last minute to actually call all of the places that I would usually feed the homeless with. And I was infuriated when each one of those organizations told me, oh, we don't have enough room for you. I'm like, what? I've been volunteering here forever. And this is where I had to dream out loud. Something dawned on me the next day. Misti, why are you upset? You call yourself the food truck lady. You have over 200 food trucks in your Rolodex. Pick up the phone, call one, and ask them, can you guys go out and feed the community? I made that call. My food truck buddy, Mike Green, the owner of Bayou City Eats food truck, said yes. And guys, we rallied up maybe like $1,000. I put in like $400. My parents, my friends, everyone helped us. And we literally went around Houston and passed out these hot meals. I'm saying that to say, don't let anything limit you. You are limitless. Think outside the box. I didn't need someone. I didn't need an organization to allow me to feed the homeless. If you don't have room for me, then let me create my own thing. You know the new saying, like, you're not gonna sit at someone else's table. Create your own table. And that's exactly what I did. And I want you guys to do the same. Sometimes we get in our own way, but it's okay. Just step outside of yourself. Think outside of the box, because you have all of the tools you need to create whatever it is that you want. Now, guys, I am doing a casting call. Again, I'm the food truck lady. And no, I just don't work with food trucks, but I want to hear, I want people who love to cook. You can be a home cook, meal prep, have a restaurant, a caterer. We're doing a casting call. I want to bring you guys on the show, and I want to try your food live right here on the show. Now, you guys saw that I did a blind taste test, okay? Don't come out here if your food is not good. No, it's okay. But I'm going to be honest. And as long as you're okay with critique, it will be great. But seriously, I love representing you guys, especially the underrepresented chefs, even if you didn't go to culinary school. So I want to hear from you. Message us on Instagram and Facebook on American Star TV. Send me clips of your food. Tell me what's so unique about it and why I must taste it. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye-bye.